everyone, Alejandro here with a quick market update. Wanted to let you guys know rates have remained steady since last week, but overall they have improved throughout the entire year as well. Now, if you're counting from October, where rates got to their best point of 2025, they have ticked up a little bit. At the end of October, we're at about 6.125. The national average is now at 6.3. But overall, there has been massive improvement from the beginning of the year, and so everything seems to be relatively steady. Now, something really interesting this time around is something I really want you to pay attention to. Now, for the past several decades, for as long as I can remember at least, the CPI report or the inflation report is always released before the Fed meetings. This is because they need as much economic data to decide about which way they want to take rates, right? Well, this time around, the Bureau of Labor Statistics decided to cancel their release of the inflation report until after the Fed meeting, which makes no sense, but that's the world we live in now. So what the Fed ends up deciding to do is anyone's guess. Now, Fed Chair Powell has come out and has made some statements, one of which was, what do you do when you're driving in the fog? You slow down. And so that made everyone think, okay, they're not going to cut rates, or maybe they're going to increase rates. You know, there's going to be a lot of speculation. And what I want to do is get way ahead of it, because you're going to hear a lot of this stuff in the news. You may hear them talk about how the Fed's not going to cut rates or how they're increasing them. And what I want to remind you over and over and over again is that the Fed does not control mortgage interest rates. They only control the overnight rate from bank to bank, 24-hour short-term rate that has little or no impact on a 30-year fixed mortgage loan. What matters to us is how the market reacts to whatever the Fed has to say. Will people buy bonds? Will they invest in US Treasuries? Those are the things that help us. Those are the things that matter. So I just want to get ahead of any potential confusion of whatever you hear. If ultimately you still can't quite figure it out and you don't know who to believe, right? You're like, well, this person's telling me this and this other guy's telling me that. All you got to do is let me know and I'll send you the link. In fact, I'll include it in this text message for the Mortgage Bond Securities Dashboard. So if you ever want to check on that, you absolutely can check the national average at any time. And I want to make sure you're on top of that so that you don't get confused with all of the trash news that's out there. You never really know what to believe. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. As always, we're here to help you in any way that you might need. Good luck out there shopping, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.